Alright, so just a real quick view of what is included with this camera, and then I'm going to show you how the app works a little bit and give you an example both with dimly lit room and a more brightly lit room. This is a little nicer model. This is the Dash X, 826-X as opposed to 826. So this is the 1080p as opposed to the 720p camera. It has an internal Wi-Fi antenna, so that's nice. Overall, it's very quick and very easy to get going. You do have a web-based interface, but I'm going to focus primarily on the Android app because that's the platform and the usage I have for this type device. So you have your Ethernet cable in the event you want to connect this, or during the setup process you can use that, or you can do wirelessly, either one. You have your power adapter, of course, for your USB, mounting hardware, and a small reset tool. So you use a paper clip if you lose that. And of course the mounting hardware goes to this, which is your mounting hardware. So you just adjust this how you like, screw it into the wall or what have you, and of course you have that as your mount, which connects to your standard tripod style mount here. Some small rubber feet. You have your Ethernet port, your function, your reset, your power, and down at the bottom you may or may not be able to make it out, but that is where your SD card is inserted. So you have a small thank you card included, a user guide, and a very basic box as far as packaging goes. Alright, so just a real quick overview of what's included. I want to show you how this camera actually works, so let's jump into a few video examples, and we'll take a look at the app after we do that. Okay, so my main goal here will be to show you the application. Basically, we're looking at a live view right now. I have the speaker muted. If I press this, you can hear that sort of popping and crunchy sound, I guess you would call it, in the background. That's consistent all the time, unfortunately, so it's a little bit aggravating. You do have the microphone, you have your snapshot, your record, and of course some different settings. I'm running this at 1080p, so hopefully this will come out looking nice. I've got the mode on auto. You can watch the well, you should have just seen the actual video showing that it flips between the two different day and night. You have a reading here with the connectivity speed. Here we can look at different cameras in our list. We have different menu options here, as you can see in the drop down. This is also where you add the device, which I've already done. If we go into settings, you've got a few small settings related to the app itself. And if I go back and I hold down on the camera, I have settings, records, and delete. If I go to records, I can review snapshots and video. You can see here's one of the videos. and this is the video example that we made. Looks kind of weird. There we go. Takes a second to kick in. There's a bit of lag. We're probably about 40 feet from the router, so there is a bit of lag going on at times when I move and things. So you can see it flip between day and night. That's actually pretty quick. It does a pretty good job in terms of the video quality. Like I said, my main use is going to be here on the phone. There is a web-based interface if you decide to go that route. Just don't really care for it as much as far as usefulness, but by any means, that's a video real quick. And if we go back, we hit snapshot at the top, we can look at different photos that have been snapped. Motion detection is on. You can see the little alert. I don't know if you can see that little red and white icons, a little person in motion, indicating that the motion detection captured that is the date, of course, there. And we back out here. So let's hold this down. You can also delete that. We'll do that in a moment. So we go settings. I'll let you look at what you see there. You can see all the different things. I've set a nickname for this. You can do the administration as far as password, deal with your network, your on-screen display, format your SD card. I'm using a 32. This supports up to a 64 gig. Of course, you have your motion notifications, schedules. You can set different things, day and time. I did change this to the proper time zone. However, the time server, I don't know what a time server I want to use as far as the IP. I didn't look into that. So I just went ahead and manually set the time as opposed to having the automatic synchronization, because using that time server, it's going to put it 12 hours ahead. I'm going to assume basically China. At the moment. So system, others, delete device. So you've got your menu and your different settings. On the bottom, you can see you can also access your records and your live view. So very easy to work with. The application actually works quite well. SkyGenius is the nickname for the device. So I'm going to go ahead and delete that device. You can see it's not in the list. Only some of my other cameras are there. So I'm going to go ahead and hit the drop down. I'm going to go to add device. Got a QR code. So what we're going to do is scan. Alright, so that's automatically picked up. Next. Oh, I do have to change the password, I forgot. Just a moment. Go ahead and reset this.
Waiting for receiving the wireless config information.
Add device. I want to start fresh so you can see the setup process on this. Alright, so you see Wi-Fi, no network cable needed, Ethernet cable needed. We're going to go with the Wi-Fi connection and put the password for the wireless router that you're connecting to. Remember, you want to connect to the 2.4, not the 5.8 gigahertz. Alright, now it says press reset button 1 second, take off, listen for the voice hint, and you'll see the lights flash, and it has a little indicator at the top. So we're going to go ahead and do that. I have another reset thing here, but you can use the tool that's included. Alright.
Waiting for receiving the wireless config information.
Alright, so now hit next. Terrible, terrible sound. It says connecting to the router in case you couldn't hear that. Please wait a moment. Alright, Wi-Fi connected, connecting to server. That's what it says on the bottom.
To the server. Please wait for a moment.
And there you go, connecting to server. Please wait for a moment. That is a very terrible, terrible sound. And very loud.
Config successfully.
Alright, config successful. We hit OK. Add device, sending request. Now it's going to say modify password because the password that it comes with is basically defaulted at admin, so it's not very secure. So let's go ahead and add a password. Re-enter the password twice. And I hit the key twice on accident. My apologies, guys. Hit apply. Modify successfully at the bottom. And we have device added success, modify password success. We hit OK. And here at the bottom, we are now looking at a live view. So, like I said, pretty minimal on the lag. Depends on the distance that you get from it. Let's make sure that we are, yes, we're still in automatic mode and we are still doing the 1080p. So, very good there. No issues. That's pretty much it. I wanted to show you how simple it is to get up and running with this. It takes just a matter of minutes to get up and going. I should have went ahead and pushed that reset button. I'm going to leave that in there just to show you mistakes are very easy to make. You can obviously skip a step without realizing it, but it's very easy to get back on track with this unit. Overall, works really well. I'd say I do like that it has an internal Wi-Fi antenna and there's minimal lag, even though that is the case. If I get another 15 feet further away, the lag does increase, but it's not a huge amount. My biggest complaint would be that there is a bit of a hum, a little bit of a background audio noise that occurs. It's not too bad. When you are live viewing this, one of the nice things about it, let's see if you can, when you move that around, you can see the camera moving in the background, hopefully. That thing makes very little noise. Some of these, when they rotate, is extremely loud. And this one is not, which is really nice. Very happy about that. Now, you of course can go up and down. So you have your pan and your tilt. And then if you want to zoom in, you can zoom in. That's just the same way you would a photo with the pinch. So it zooms in pretty well, and it stays fairly clear. So pretty impressive as a whole. Like I said, the only thing I might have a small complaint about would be related to audio, and you get that kind of popping sound. Some of that can be eliminated because of the distance between the phone and the actual unit, but sometimes that audio just sounds that way with some of these cameras. But we'll be able to take a look at all the different playback, and you'll be able to hear everything, hopefully, and give you an example of how this works. One of the easier to set up. The QR code works fine, and the audible connectivity aspect of it worked really well. So overall, very pleased. You do have alerts in your tray here for when motion is detected if you enable that option. So overall, really nice camera. Quality looks pretty good overall, both in day and night. And I don't have an exact measurement on this, and I apologize about that, but you have a pretty long cable included with this, and I had mine plugged into a charging station, so you have that option, or you can use the included USB adapter. So that's pretty much everything I wanted to show you with this camera, give you an idea of how simple the functionality is and what you might expect when you're using it. Okay? Thanks.